everyone. It's Katherine Skaggs, and I am here to have a spring equinox ceremony with you to clean out the old of winter, all the dense energies, as well as to call in this new spring equinox energy. Spring equinox is direct tomorrow, but we are ushering it in with our prayers and blessings a little earlier. And so that we can get started, we want to clear off that winter snow and all the heavy energies of being so deep and dark within, and anything that you want to shake off and let go of. I invite you to put any questions or comments here as I get into reading the Mythical Goddess Tarot later. But we're going to do a little shamanic ceremony, and then I'm going to read the cards for you and support you in bringing in new blessings. Spring equinox is a time of ushering in spring, new beginnings, possibility, and potential. Hi, Stephanie. It is a time to plant your seeds into the ground for bringing beauty and heart and good things into your life. So it's a really good thing to bless your seeds. And we're going to do that in our ceremony as we begin today. But first of all, let's clean off. I want to offer you some smudge, some sage, to just do a little clearing and a little cleaning as we come into our time together. So let me just light the sage. I've been in prayer already. Hello, Maureen. Great to see you here. And I'm gonna, that's a little bit much smoke there. All right. So everyone, I want you to go into your heart spaces and connect to your heart's desires. You know you want to clean off old patterns, the winter time, the last cycle. It's like we want to graduate from winter. We want to come into this time of spring fresh and new, like new babies. And so let's offer up some sage right now. I want to thank the spirit of the sage and the plant medicines and the ancestors and the goddesses and all our helpers here to help clean away any heartache, any physical challenges, any mental, emotional, spiritual challenges, and to let that compost as the sun comes out. And it allows us to come into our hearts, to let our hearts open to the light. This is a time of a return of the light. It's the resurrection time. To bring the light out within us and all around us, to grow all our hopes and dreams for spring, to imagine and dream anew. So as we begin, I just want to honor all of your experiences for the last cycle, the last year, and the last time period for all that you've been through to be here now. To congratulate you to being present, to congratulate you for just making it through. It takes a lot of courage and tenacity to be here right now. And that my prayer for you today is to bring in the goddess Ostara, the Easter energy, the reawakening of the green man, the reawakening of Mother Gaia, that we bring forth beautiful seeds of hopes, dreams, and desires that bring abundance, that bring harmony and peace again, that bring the best part of ourselves forward in light and love, and allowing out all the separation, the anger, the frustration to fall into the earth and let her compost it. She'll eat that for us. She's very good at that. To let the smoke carry these prayers to spirit, to clean your heart, your mind, to clean your body, your home, and your world, so that your garden of your heart and your life can be filled with beauty once again, can be filled with truly leaning in and going for it, whatever it is in your life, just to be yourself, to be true. Now, as I offer up the smoke, I'd like to also offer up to all our loved ones, to each every one of you who've lost someone recently, or perhaps in a cycle at some period of time that you need to honor them right now and honor your own journey, to put bubbles of light and well wishes, blessings for all our helpers to come and to support those who've passed over. We've lost a lot. And I want to honor that they're safe and that they're well and that they're taken care of by their angels and their spirit helpers, and that their spirits are exactly on time, and that you are taken care of, that you are well, that you are filled with nourishment, if you've lost or had to surrender a friend, a family member, a way of life, that you are being filled up right now in this ceremony to bring in new beginnings. I'd like to also send this energy and this medicine to those who are sick or in the hospital. I have several friends who have some things going on in their lives. I'd like to offer this up to them and their family members for healing and upliftment as we begin our night together, and to bring in the healing energies of spring and this illumination, that it can bless them as well as you for new beginnings. Okay. All right, I'm going to set that aside for a moment. Hopefully I don't burn anything down. All right. In my new beginning, I want to share something with you as we get going. Some of you saw this. I did a little video. I just got my first 10 books of Artist Shaman Healer Sage in. It is a handbook on shamanism with ceremony, ritual, basically all the ways to get going with working with the earth elementals, your spirit guides, your animal totems, plant medicines, prayer work, the medicine wheel, activating the archetypes of your creative artist inner self, your inner shaman, your inner healer, and your wise person. So many of you have seen some of this. It's like filled with yummy, yummy good stuff. So if you're interested in that, just go look through my page on Facebook or go to artistshamanhealersage.com and you can take a look a little more deeply. Okay. I'm going to also, as we start this, we're going to do that tarot reading, but I want to call in specifically the spirit of the East. In shamanism and in many cultures around the world, they honor the directions, the four cardinal directions, in addition to above for Father Sky and below for Mother Earth, and then the spirit of the land, and then the spirit of Great Spirit as part of working with cycles and working with assistance from the spirit world. So we're going to honor the spirit of the East as we come into our ceremony now to invite in its power. I normally call in all the directions, but I'm going to focus on the East right now, and I'll do a little mini hello to the other directions. So if y'all would join me, focus on your true heart's desires right now for a new cycle. Do you need healing in your body and your spirit? Do you need greater financial support? Do you need relationship support for greater harmony? Whatever your heart's desires, are you in an expansion time period, embodying new energy in an expanded version of yourself? I know a lot of people going through that. Feels like humanity, many of us are going through a dark night of the soul to be reborn into a new expanded way of being. And in that process, all this old is shedding, which is so perfect that we're gathering on equinox to really clear out the challenges that we can show up and be authentically ourselves with open hearts and just curiosity as to how good it can get. So I'm going to imagine that there's an altar here in front of us and that you can just connect to your heart space, feel in, sense into what you truly know is in your highest and best good. And if you don't have any idea mentally, that's okay. Just feel in and set an intention that whatever is the highest and best good for you to unfold for this new cycle, that you've got all the support you need. And I want you to imagine just taking any imagery, any ideas, any feelings you have for a greater blessed new cycle, that you just put that right on the altar. Imagine there's a beautiful altar before you, or if you have one in your home and in your room with you, you could do that too. But we're going to put that on the altar to be blessed. I'm specifically going to call on the Spirit of the East. So Spirit of the East, thank you so much for opening up through Spring Equinox this new beginning, for bringing the light back into our lives and expanding it, bringing more and more light in to bless the seeds of our dreams. I'd like to ask that you bless each of us with this luminous light of the morning sun, of the springtime, and put it right into the seeds from our hearts, onto that altar of life. Put it right into the seeds of our bodies, the seeds of our spirits, right in our heart place, filling everyone with light, illuminating the most important seeds to grow in this next cycle, knowing that they're in perfect alignment for each person, giving them high frequency energy, of Sami, of prana, of life force, to let them grow in this world, to let them grow and expand the beautiful beings of the souls that are here with us tonight, and with all our beloveds on this planet, to create a new and better reality as we come into this new cycle. So, Spirit of the East, help us to awaken the mojo of our inner child, to help bring in the power of our inner child, our curiosity, our imagination, our hopefulness, our innocence, and our purity, to bless these seeds with great power. Help us to be curious and open for things to become more amazing than anything we can imagine. That great spirit is dreaming through us a more beautiful reality born of love than anything we'd be able to hold on to, and that it comes and takes root through us in our lives with our dedication or our hope to dream a new dream. Aho. And I'd like to honor the Spirit of the South in supporting these dreams coming to Earth, bringing in the summer sunlight to illuminate those seeds and continue their growth, to protect them, to give greater light to each and every one of you in your lives. And to the Spirit of the West, I'd like to call you to support these dreams coming anew in this new cycle of equinox in the springtime, that you come and you clean out any fear, any old stories, any lack, so that we can be present to hope and to possibility and potentiation. I ask that you bring in the medicine of the ancestors to support us dreaming on big levels, cleaning and healing our ancestral lineage, that we may bring forth our gifts, that we may bring forth all our tribal support for new and greater dreams to come through each and every one of us as we say yes. To the Spirit of the North, I call you in to help hold our dreams in that vast dream time where we rest, where we go deep into our subconscious, our inner spaces, and we connect to the essence of our most beautiful dreams, that they may be born at this time, that they may be planted from the great cosmic void right here, right now, and as tangible, hopeful dreams manifest. And Father Sky, thank you for watching over us and infusing us with light at this time, bringing the light back, infusing our dreams, helping us to connect to the higher dimensions and bring that through every part of our being right now. I thank you, Mother Earth, for taking our dreams and giving them a place to grow. I thank you for the blessings of beautiful soil of our hearts and our souls on earth, as well as our physical reality, to receive our seeds with blessings, honoring them, and bringing them together for a greater reality for ourselves personally and collectively, that we may be expanded in light, that our hearts may expand in love. And to the Spirit of the land of each of our homes, of each of our places that we live, I ask that you bring in blessings and protection for each person, to honor this new cycle, to help them move into this new cycle with hope and light and love. And to Great Spirit, thank you for being the master dreamer of our lives, of each and every one of us, as sparks of the great Creator. I ask that you bring in the most luminous light into the hearts and seeds of each person, to imbue them with power of hope, to be able to visualize and see a new future for themselves and for all, to awaken their heart spaces, to allow these seeds to burst forth the most beautiful, loving heart, to allow that to penetrate each person in every part of their lives, that they shapeshift with ease and grace and are activated through love into this potentiated time on earth. Aho. So that's a blessing for all of you as we begin tonight, to begin our ceremony of readings and finding out what we need to know. So, as you saw, I've got the book here. I'm going to put it behind me. It's going to get some blessings for going out to each of you and whomever needs to be connected, to connect all of us in the ceremony of life, to find the guidance we need and all the blessings. One of the other things is I'm here to bring the Mythical Goddess Tarot in to assist you tonight in answering questions as we come into this new cycle. What do we need to know to get the most amazing energy out of this cycle that's going to support everyone in their hopes and dreams as you move into the light, as you honor your heart, as you come forth in a new way? What is it that you need to know from Spirit and from the Divine Feminine here through the Mythical Goddess Tarot? Specifically, we're going to ask some things of the Tarot of who are we as we enter into the spring? We're coming out of a long winter. We're coming into a time of new beginnings, of greater light. Well, how are we showing up as we enter this new cycle? That's an important thing, is to take a look at how we are as we appear in this new cycle. You know, hopefully we're getting dusted off from a lot of massive journeys that have had a lot of challenges in them. And then we'll take a look at the big picture for this next cycle, meaning the next season, the next several months. This is going to be the time of the reading and what kind of patterns we want to see there. Then we're going to take a look at what are you learning now? What are we learning now? What are our challenges? Those are really important to note so that we can navigate life consciously and not just blindly show up and then go, oh, how am I going to deal with this? So this kind of gives you a heads up and gives you an idea of what you're going to be working with personally and collectively. The next section of the cards that we'll look at are going to tell us what's the action we need to take based on the information we have right now to move forward with this most amazing new cycle. And then we'll have an outcome with the reading to give us an idea of, you know, where we're headed, and if we heed our guidance, what we're looking at as we gain everything we can from this cycle. And then I'll take any questions. As far as I know, I can see questions and comments here. So we'll be able to take questions and comments by the end of, I hope everything is just going fine here. As far as I can tell, it is. New interface for me, folks. So let me know that you still hear me, everybody. I'm going to be looking for your comments. So we're going to do a 15-card spread now. And I have put the cards into the smoke of the smudge so that we're ready to go. All right, everyone, think about what you need to know as we go into this reading. What are you looking at that you need to know? Because I'll guarantee you, even though I am reading for a multitude of people, not only who are here right now, but for others who will watch this video at another time, is that even though I'm reading for a collective, you will get your questions answered, I will guarantee you. There's some magic about how that works. All right, so I did 15 cards, and the first 3 cards are the ones that we want to take a look at that have to do with who we are as we come into a new cycle. So, lo and behold, we have Pele. Yeah, this is absolutely right on, folks. Pele is the goddess of volcanoes, and in the Mythical Goddess Tarot, she takes the position of the purifier, meaning she's the one who, when we've gone through all this stuff with COVID, all the challenges we've had the last season, the last year, probably even longer than that, Pele's been coming through and purifying us. So as we come into the new cycle, she tells me we've had all the fires that burned everything down. You know, in the traditional tarot deck, she is the Tower card. So as we come into the new cycle, our house is burnt down. Everything has fallen apart or has been falling apart. I don't know about you, but I've been in a dismemberment process personally for not only the last cycle, but it seems like for almost 3 years now. And that's good, as hard as it is. It's a place of purifying the ego, of dismembering things you didn't even know you needed to, structures in your life, structures within yourself that no longer serve you, attitudes, belief systems, things in your subconscious you're not even aware of. But if you look at our outer world, we have a tremendous amount of challenges that we've been through. So it's been dismantling our system. So as we come in, we've been purified, and that means, you know, that's a place where new life can come in once you burn the house down. So we're ready. We're very ready. The other thing it shows me, we've got 2 cards from the water suit or the seas in the Mythical Goddess Tarot. This is the 4 of Seas Desire. And if you look at this image, she's touching her heart with one hand, and she has a pearl in another hand, and then 3 pearls around her neck. And she's reflective. She's looking down and inward. And the C's is the emotional suit. So this is very much about, really tapping into the heart. And this is about desire. So this is about the heart's desire, about how to really trust that this new cycle is born of your true heart's desire. And this tells me, since this is right at the center of who are we, we've been taken apart. So we've dug deep and are going down into our hearts now, knowing that for us to dream anew, we need to stay really connected to that heart space of what we desire from the deepest levels. And that's exactly where we are. So that's perfect. The other one is that we're ready for pleasure, folks. This is an emotionally pleasurable card. This tells me that we're open to the light, that we're open and ready for pleasure, and that we're bringing some of that with us. So it's time to have fun. It's time to dream a new world that's got greater harmony in it, for sure. It's born of our heart's desires, and that we're going to be filled up in our heart spaces and with great pleasure. Okay. Now, the next 3 cards that we're going to look at have to do with the big picture as we move into our new cycle. What do we need to know about this big picture? All right, so we have the Wind card, Maiden Clarity. And the Wind is about the mind. It's about everything mental. So this suit actually has more negative cards in it than any of the other lower arcana, because our mind can not only be a great place to help create, it can be one of the most challenging places if we've got negativity or fear that's running the show. So this card says that as we come into this new cycle, what the really important is, keep your focus mentally. What do you want? You'll notice that she has a bow and arrow in her hands. She's lifted up above the ordinary reality of just the ground people. And she is aiming really clearly at what she desires, what her goals are. So make sure through this next cycle, as you work with bringing the energy of new cycle, new hopes, new dreams, is that this is a very fertile time. So focus clearly. If you have any negativity or fear come up, go and smudge yourself, clean yourself, go lay on the earth, so that you clean up your energy and focus only on the highest and best possibilities. I always like to say nothing but love, nothing but light. So what's it like? Be curious about how good your life can get and lean into that. Stay away from the negative, conspiratory type of energies, because they'll just slow you down and throw you off. And we need to do that collectively. We've got to start individually. All right, we've got more joy. So this new cycle is about bringing in greater fun emotionally, greater joy, greater light. She's got that sunshine. She has dolphin medicine. So this is definitely about fun and joy. And it's about emotional yumminess. We got to get back to that. We've gone through a lot of tough stuff. We haven't felt really great a lot of the times emotionally. So we need to return. And as I look at this, there's like a pod of dolphins in this picture. So I have a feeling on another level that we're going to be able to return to more social fun. And that's really important, that we find ways to be socially fulfilled, because we've been really challenged with COVID to not see each other or be together. So whether it be remote or virtual, make sure you're safe, but find ways to really feel filled up emotionally and with your crowd, your pod. All right, Lilith is here in the big picture too. And she is absolutely telling us it's time to return to our power. She's saying this new cycle offers that up, to really find equality, personal power, sexual power, gender power. This is all about returning to an equal ground, that this is not about one person being better than another person. It's time for us to heal that and to put our wings on and to come to a higher place within ourselves and to honor that within each other. You know, Lilith was Adam's first wife. I didn't know that until I started working with the goddesses. And she is also an ancient Sumerian goddess who it was in the temple of Inanna back in Samaria, and did a lot of sacred sexual healing with the men once they come home from war. So it's about returning to the heart and really honoring your spirituality, your sexuality, and knowing that you get to come into your power now to be equal in your belief system, as well as how you honor that with everyone else. All right, let's take a look at what do we need to know about our lessons or our challenges that are coming in the new cycle. Interesting. We've got the Maiden of Fire, Revolution. Original painting is Wild Woman of My Soul. And she's here to tell us, hey, you need to be authentic. Strip away all those false clothing of other identities that are not who you are. Honor yourself. She's got her hands folded in prayer. She's on fire. Her kundalini is rising. Her heart is open. And she literally is a revolutionary chick. She's totally about honesty and being absolutely authentic. And in that, you create amazing change. The world becomes your stage for an entire revolution. First, your personal revolution, and then through your change, how do you affect the whole? But she's sitting in the challenges. So with her being in the challenges, one of the things that's really important is to know that you may be stepping into your authenticity, and it may not be the easiest thing in the world for you to honor your weirdness, your sexuality, your gender, your spirituality, your ethnicity, anything where you're really going to own who you are and how different you are, that you're not like everyone else, which is awesome, that you're uniquely yourself and that you have something very unique and beautiful to offer the world because you're just you, is that's a revolutionary thing, that you're not trying to be like everyone else. And so you'll have to be really clear to be honest and pure in yourself so that you don't fall into judgment or being judged. You know, that you really love yourself, and that allows you to honor that unique revolution that's going on in other people and in the world around us. It is a time of a revolution, and it's going to challenge us. So do your best to be compassionate. Do your best to stay in your heart, and that'll help you manage that challenge so that you really make that a part of yourself, that you're this wildly cool, revolutionary person. All right, this is also time of vision. This is the influence of Aquarius. This is, again, the mental suit with the wind card, the crone, and how perfect she is for this time, because I wanted to bring in the egg as one of the symbols of Astara and these new cycles of fertility with springtime. She's holding the egg in her hand. She's the eagle woman who visions a new reality. She goes right along with that revolutionary person. So this is you visioning a new life and a new reality and potentizing that egg of all the imagination and seeds and hopes and dreams that you carry for your new life. And imagine that you're helping that of humanity to have a new life too, because you're doing your part. And that affects the whole beyond anything you can imagine. So it's time to meditate. It's time to do shamanic journey. It's time to work with your imagination and possibility so that you help really activate and connect to that wave of energy of Aquarius thinking that gets big and gets different and offers new solutions and possibilities. And don't let yourself fall down into old ways of being. If you get trapped in old ways of being, go take a nature walk, get out, go take care of yourself so that you're able to absolutely tap into this new wave and incredible expansiveness that's being offered right now. Okay, the other piece that's in the challenges is completion. So as much as we are here leaving, this is the last day of winter and spring is about to come right on in right now in the next 24 hours. Completion is really important, and it's not always easy. It's time, and this is a fire card, so this is about trusting your passion, but also bringing in fire to purify any attachment you have to the old. And that's a challenge, isn't it, at times? Anywhere you're holding on, it's great to do a fire ceremony to give honor to the last cycle, to burn away any attachments you have, any negative energies, to compost it, and then to bring gratitude as you reflect upon all that you've had. And then that fire, literally, if you do a fire ceremony and you stand next to that fire, it fills your aura with light and new high frequency life force. So all your new hopes and dreams and your seeds can burst open and come into this world and support you. So it's time to let go, come into your power, come into your weirdness and a new vision. All right, what do we need to do action-wise besides what I've already suggested? All right, some of this might frighten you on some level to really be ready for some big changes. They're at hand because the fear card's up. Now, when that shows up in the action, I will guarantee you it's not about being afraid. It's about facing your fear. Some people will call this shadow work. In shamanism, I'll recognize that oftentimes this is an initiation time for you to really go deep and to go into your subconscious, to go underground. You'll notice that here she's afraid all because when she's in her head, but right here under the earth is her heart. And when we get afraid, we often bury our hearts, we close them down, and we fly out of our bodies, and we don't want to deal with it. Well, if you want to move forward, you want to expand into this new life, if you want to break out of old patterns, it's really important that you find ways to let go of the fear, to let go of the trauma, to let go of the old and the mental patterns that belong with it. So you can do a few things I'm going to give you. Shamanically, you can rattle. You can rattle through your field. If you get a rattle, this is great. And it'll start breaking away some of the patterns of fear. The other thing that's a really cool shamanic practice is to shake. You know, that's what animals do in the wild when they get frightened or they have an accident. The first thing you'll see them do is shake their tails and shake their bodies. Their dogs will do it. The deer will do it. And it's a natural instinct to shake that energy out of your nervous system, to get it all the way out. So if fear comes up as you're visioning anew, take some time to smudge yourself and to shake out these energies that don't work so that you can come back to your heart space and be able to move forward. Just a few little tips there. The other card that's in this action is the Child of Innocence. And you see this beautiful child within a conch shell in a great tsunami of energy. And yet she's nice and peaceful and she's hanging out. She's just sleeping and taking care. So what this tells me is that as you shake off that fear mentally, just go into some deep places in your heart and meditations to trust that your inner child and your innocence is safe. This is a card that says you're protected. No matter what's going on in the world, no matter all the emotional upheaval and the change, your true essence is protected, that you're safe. And that's a really important message, especially sitting next to fear. That cleaning off the fear of humanity, cleaning off the fear of COVID, cleaning off the fear of lack, cleaning off the fear of whatever, is that getting down into your heart and your innocence is the absolute perfect energy to bring you into your new cycle, into new dreams and a new way of being. So think about that, contemplate on that, meditate with that. Then the other thing is you're going to be busy. In Chinese New Year, we're in the year of the ox, from what I understand, which can be a very busy work year. And this card says it. She is dancing in heaven to earth. This is the influence of Capricorn. And she is literally dreaming up her new reality, but then she's taking action. She's imagining it, she's feeling it, and then she's dancing it all the way into the physical reality so that she can experience it. So this means that as you dream anew, think about what the actions are to make things tangible. You know, I've been working on expanding my influence in the world, my practices, and I'm like, I have things to do. I have videos to make. I've got a book to sell. I've got classes to teach. I need to be in front of you and helping people. I need to be of service. So I need to get out of my head and I need to schedule things. I need to show up. I need to ship books. But cool thing is I just pulled the trigger and hired a marketing person that I haven't used before with all of this to communicate with you better. So think of the areas that you need to like really put your money where your mouth is, so to speak, and to take action. You don't have to spend a lot of money to take action. You just need to show up and do whatever's at hand so that all your hopes and dreams can come forward. Okay. The next three cards have to do with what your outcome is, what our outcome is. Oh my goodness. As we follow through this next cycle, especially as you're intentional and you take action. things are going to be awesome for you in an incredible expansion. We have 3 cards that are 3 goddesses here. And in the outcome, and I'm looking around, we've had one goddess show up with Pele, but in your outcome, you've got some pretty amazing stuff here. So right in the center, we've got Mother Mary, which is the sacrifice card. In the traditional tarot deck, it's the Hanged Man. But the way Sage, the author of the deck, Sage Holloway, my dear sister, who passed over in 2015, but she created this far beyond even before I met her, and then we co-created this together. So this card is not about being hung up in our deck. This card is about both contemplation and honoring all the life of what has been, so that you can let go of the finite physical aspects of life and to really honor the expansiveness of spirit in your life and in all that is. And that this is an energy that's ushering in a bigger future for yourself. Knowing that this stream of consciousness of you dreaming your life, even though you're letting go of this old cycle, it's not that you're losing anything. You're letting go of your attachment to a limited reality, so that you can expand into a heart-centered reality, one that is fueled by spirit, by the divine, and one that allows you to know that even if you lose loved ones who are on the other side of the veil, they're still with you. Their spirit is still with you, and that you have a new game to play. You know, I lost a nephew recently from COVID. He was only 44. See if I can do this without getting choked up. I know several of you have let me know that you've lost a parent or someone close to you. And I just want to honor that as we let go of their bodies and the fact that they'll be physically present with us, is that I want to honor that we can be in touch with their spirits more than ever now, and that they're going to help us from the other side, guide us and support us in ways beyond anything we can imagine. So I want to honor all who've passed over and all of you who've lost someone. All right, the other card next to Mother Mary and Sacrifice is the Alchemy card. So, you know, as we come through this and come out of it, yes, we're letting go, we're moving up in our greater understandings with spirit, and we're coming into a time period of greater alchemy and magic within ourselves and within our lives. Now, just imagine that you're being imbued with the magic wand here, whoop, and you're getting these more magical spiritual powers as you come through this initiation. That Bridget is all about art and magic. This is the art card in the traditional tarot deck. It's about alchemy. It's about taking this one thing that was all our challenges, putting the magic of our hopes and dreams and spring equinox and our focus on a better new reality, creating a third thing. That because of the wisdom and the energy of what was, with the imagination of a new future, there's this third thing that's born that brings magic. It brings transformation, alchemy, taking lead and turning it to gold. You know, that is one of the most beautiful gifts when you go through a difficult experience and you come out better than you were before you started into the experience, even if it was a difficult time. So I think that's a really good card to have. And then we have the star card, the Pleiadian star goddess at the end. And she's here again, Aquarian energy, new reality. But if you look at this particular card, there's a little person down here opening up her arms to this beautiful goddess, pouring down all this light and energy from the heavens. And how perfect is that right now? As we come into spring with more light, we are leaning into our hopes and dreams. And we got this beautiful star goddess assuring us that the heavenly realms, that the inner dimensions are pouring beauty and light upon us and awakening our destiny, bringing greater blessings than we could imagine. That now is a time to receive from all the hard work that we're putting in here with the new cycle. So I want to encourage you to contemplate what I've had to say today, to take time in the next 24 hours to write your dreams, your hopes down. You know, you might do this thing of one pile, you write down all the stuff you're letting go. You know, I want to get rid of body pain. I want to get rid of lack. I want to get rid of all the things that make me suffer. And just write them out in all detail that you'd hope. Put them in one pile. And then in another pile of little writing or cards, write down your hopes and dreams. You know, it's kind of funny. We used to be taught manifesting, get really specific. But I like to say get really big. What if you begin imagining beyond anything your mind can imagine? I mean, when I start imagining how many people I'm going to connect to with my new book and all the stuff we're doing, I cannot physically imagine how many people I'm going to get to meet in the next couple of months, years to come. You know, that I make relationships with that are good, and we all benefit each other. We make the world a better place. So how can you begin to imagine and hope and dream like a child? How good can my life get? How good can this cycle really be? What's it like to really let all that good stuff into my heart? What's it like to relax? What's it like to feel good again? What's it like to feel open-hearted again? You know, and impregnate your dreams onto paper. Now, with the pile that you're letting go, I encourage you to get a little item that you can burn it in, maybe bigger, a fire if you can do it, and then burn away ceremoniously the things you're letting go. And then as those compost in the fire, and you're with that, work on gratitude of all that is given from releasing the things you've been attached to that create difficulty for you. Letting go of outcomes, letting go of belief systems, letting go of illnesses, letting go of just any old pattern that doesn't suit you. And then once you do that, clean yourself with the smoke of the fire. Clean yourself with some sage just to reset. And then go to the area where you have your hopes and dreams written down. And I want you to take them like they're seeds. And I want you to thank them for all that they're going to give you and all the blessings they're going to bring to you in your world. So thank them for their potency and for their love and their good. And then bring them to your heart. And then blow your blessings into them. Then you can put them on the altar and say hello to them every day through this new cycle. Or a fun thing to do right now is to go out and dig down into the earth and plant them. Plant your writings as your seeds of your new beginnings and plant them in the earth, and then pile up the fresh soil on them and then thank them. I like to also take an offering and put on the earth if I do that earth blessing, is to take sacred tobacco or cornmeal and whisper my prayers in it of gratitude, of thanking the spirits for helping, and then placing that on top of where I planted my hopes and dreams and water them with my attention. In gratitude, never dig them up. You never want to dig your seeds up. You just want to watch for how they're growing and what's coming to you. So I hope this was supportive today. I hope that this worked, because I can't tell if it's recording. I can't see any questions, or barely. I see people here now. Yay. Okay. Yay, yay, yay. All right. So one of the things, I'm still online. I see you all are here. I couldn't see everything flowing because I don't have an assistant here today. But if you have any questions of the goddesses or anything like that, write them in right now. I'll be here for just another minute or two, or as long as you want to, and we will absolutely answer any questions that you'd like. You know, what do you need guidance on? Do you need specific guidance up and above what I've already put in here? Hey, Leon. Hey, Roz. Hey, Maureen. Hey, Valerie. So good to see you all. Just let me know. And if for any reason I don't get those answered in this session, I am so very, very happy to write you back on Facebook, to message you, or to absolutely support you in any which way, shape, or form. I see some people saying thank you, rich and juicy, awesome. I'm getting guidance to do one more fun thing before I get off here. Okay, I see someone asked, what do I need to know for this new chapter? All right, hi, Lana. Thank you for asking that question. All right, I'm going to specifically pull a card for you, Lana. So first of all, know that it's time. I know just from some stuff you shared on Facebook recently that you've gone through some stuff that I didn't know about until a recent post you had. I just want to tell you thank you for being honest and sharing your journey. In this process, everything I said in this reading is valid for your new chapter, but for you specifically, I'm just going to see what goddess shows up and what they may want to tell you. Hola, 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 everyone. Okay. Lana, it doesn't surprise me. Kuan Yin shows up, the Empress in our tarot deck. She's all about the heart card. She's all about beautiful blessings of the heart and compassion and mercy. So Lana, first of all, for your new chapter, take time to bless yourself every day. Take time to sit in your heart space with this beautiful lotus energy of Kuan Yin and open to receive her compassion of mercy. In her hands here in my painting, there is an image of something that carries Amrita, which is the nectar of life. And I want you to imagine anointing yourself with sacred flower water, with lotus flower water that you can make with yourself. Go down and get some fresh lotuses and sit them in water and let that energy just imbue for 24 hours. Set it in the sunlight. It will disperse its vibration into the water. Then I want you to go and anoint yourself every day. Anoint your crown, your third eye, your throat, your heart, your body, your spirit, in gratitude. And just imagine bringing mercy and grace and compassion into you. That this new cycle brings an expansion of your light within you. That it brings you greater peace within you. And it returns you to a place to create with the power of the heart. That whatever you've gone through, whatever people have gone through, this is a message for all of you listening too, is that this compassion is here for all of us. If we've gone through something difficult, we need to be kind to ourselves. To start anew, we need a lot of hugs. We need some compassion. So I'm sending this love to you, Lana. Thanks for asking your question. I hope this makes sense to you. Look up Kuan Yin. I think you must know who she is. But this is definitely coming out of the darkness. Coming in, it's that lotus that blossoms out of the mud. And it's that beautiful compassion and kindness that is pure unconditional love to lift you up into the newness of your heart spaces. Okay, I see some beautiful hello with everyone. Anyone else want to ask a question for their new cycle or for a blessing or a blessing for humanity? I want to honor that as we gather here together, that we are bringing in the energy needed to bring in compassion for all of humanity, for our neighbors, for our families, for our states, for all the people doing their best to run this world, and some who don't do it so well. There's still the need to bring in some compassion. Okay, I see another question from someone I love dearly. Hey, Maureen, you want some direction in your life? Okay, I love you too, Lana. Hugs to you, darling. All right, Maureen, I love seeing you here too. So you want some direction. All right, so before I pull a card, Maureen, I want you to put your hand on your heart. I just want you to connect to that truth that you get to be supported as you choose from your heart space. And I love you. Thank you, Lana. She loves our deck. So, Maureen, I want you to just tune into your heart space. And I know that whatever card you need to see is going to help you trust your heart, follow your heart and your direction, and that you'll get more and more clear as you lean in and you tap into that heart, that intuition. You're an incredible knower. And we're going to have some fun here coming up. All right. Interesting. As I tell you to focus on your heart, I get a card that's the mental suit. It's the wind, the six of intention. Now, she has her eyes closed, and she's got this beautiful bird coming in with its beak right at her third eye, and she's got the earth behind her and these beautiful wings. And let's see, she is Aquarius. She's Venus in Aquarius. Actually, I have Venus in Aquarius in my house, in my chart. And she is here to help you trust how to tap into your intuition from the highest divine place. She's a card about dreaming a new reality. So as you stay connected to that heart in your meditations, your shamanic journeys, all that you do, I want you to set an intention that's big enough that encompasses your most divine path unfolding. She has a path that comes here. Oops, as I do this and she's got wings to lift you up into your heavenly knowing. So I want you to do that, and we'll continue to talk. And I know you're going to find your direction. You're going to trust what your direction is, but you're on your path. I will guarantee you're in the right place, and it's going to get more exciting and more cool stuff's unfolding. So I hope that helps you. Okay, Carissa, thank you. You particularly are asking, I am stepping into a new idea of life. Am I on the correct path? Okay. So I'm going to pull a card specifically for you, Carissa. Now, one of the things, as much as I'm in the reading business and the intuitive business, one of the things I've got an agreement with my guides is that I'm here to support you trusting and knowing and being empowered to trust yourself, not to tell you what to do. But I always ask the cards to show us very clearly what you need to know to help you choose consciously, and that you are empowered to know the truth is right for you, that your path is. So the first thing I get, Carissa, is I get chills as I tap in. And that usually tells me, ooh, good stuff is going on here. We've got a lot of help from your guides. I get a sense, even though I just said I'm not going to tell you what to do, I get a sense that you are on the right path, that whatever direction you're changing is all about you trusting your heart and going forward with something that's more in alignment for you. I want you to let me know if that's accurate or not. Okay. Now the card here, now this goes along with everything I was saying. This is a 9 of fire, Carissa, and this is about integrity. So it speaks to what I was saying already. As you trust yourself and your heart space and your heart's passion, your true heart's desires, you're in integrity between heaven and earth. Now, the original name of this painting that we adapted for this card is Angel Rainbow Dreamer. This is about you being empowered to dream anew. So, like in the reading earlier in the action, when the fear card came up, the biggest thing you're going to need to do as you step on your new path is to do things that get you to your heart, that have foundational actions for you where you feel safe, so that you can face any fear that this change brings up, so you don't sabotage yourself. When fear comes in, that's usually not necessarily means that we're going to, great, she says it's spot on, folks. Doesn't mean that you're not on the right path. It means that you're in an initiation to face a part of yourself that's been limited for one reason or another. We don't always need to know, but for you to break out, to follow your spirit and your heart, surround yourself by people who are not yes people, but they really love you and they honor that you're finding your way, and that you marry up ceremony or spiritual path with your activity, and you're going to be fine, my guides say. If you need a clearing of fear at any time, grab my book, find some ways to do that. Get a cleaning with smudge, get a healing from someone you trust. But you're on the path, and you just need to keep fear at bay, face it head on, but then dissolve it. Okay? All right, let's see. Anybody else? Okay. All right, Patricia, I'll get to you in just a second. I've got Erin here, and she's asking for specific guidance for the next stage. I love you, Erin, my angel girl. You're about to pop into a whole new reality. I'm just going to say, Erin, I got to do her soul portrait and her beloved Patrick's portrait recently, and it was dynamite. And I know you're ready for your new chapter. I got chills all over. I know that you've got something magical unfolding, that you've been doing it already. So before I pull a card, my guides are saying, Erin, to trust and look across all that you've been doing for years on your path. And you really go in, and I know you're good at this, but you go write down all that you're thankful for and look at where you've come to from where you started many years ago. And this is great for all of us when we're ending a cycle and we're starting a new cycle. There's a time in between. An ending cycle in the medicine wheel is the west. It's the fall. Things come to an end. We graduate. And then there's this period of time when we go into winter that we're coming out of now in this reality. But that's a time of integration. So as you leave your job that you're graduating from with retirement and you come into your new cycle, make sure that you take time to reflect upon all the good that you've gotten and what you have now. And I have a feeling you're just going to bound into your new reality, that it's already happening. Okay, the card I pulled for you is the 7 of Fire, Courage. So most of all, what I get, you've got all the juju you need for your new cycle. You've been setting it up. You've been creating a foundation to launch from. I get that you're not going to skip a beat, that it's just going to keep expanding. And the biggest thing here is to keep your heart open. Those lions on the path that we have to meet, we just need to give them some love. We just need to feed them some love. Any of those fierce and scary parts that we've got in our own beings, we just need to love them. And then they're our greatest allies. They're strength for us. So this is about you being in the heart. This is about you trusting your heart. If you need fortifying your heart and you want to work with some flower essences, we literally have the medicine in the card. So this is a Sag Fire card. So it's time to go off on your new adventures. And it's got the borage card flower over here. So if you need support with your heart, borage is a plant medicine to work with. So you can use it in a flower essence and you can dose with it. You could also use sunflower. She has a sunflower in her heart. And the sunflower medicine helps the heart bring all that light in. And it gives you a fortification in your energy bodies to help you take all the next steps that are just about you being out in the world in a bigger way. So Erin, I hope that helps you because I know you're amazing. All right, let's take about 5 more people here. Oh yeah, I see some good stuff. All right, Patricia, we're going to help you get direction regarding your next home and how it ties to your path that you have. Oh, I just feel some land there in those mountains in Taos area or somewhere around northern New Mexico. Either it's attached to your house or it's very accessible to you, public land, but it's something that you're going to be able to work with. Ha. So you bring in the Mayan moon goddess Eshell. So for those of you who may not know her, she's a Mayan moon goddess. Her name literally means jaguar rainbow goddess. And if you look here, she's the spring goddess. I used the image for tonight. She's about fertility. So it's time for you to dream big, my dear Patricia. As you take your little trip you've got coming up to Mexico, your pilgrimage, I'd put in prayers for you to really align with your abundance and fertility to dream big, to get beyond your limited, linear humans' old stories. Because you're about to, this reality is offering you something bigger than where you've been. It also tells me that this is fertile ground, that this is an area where you can not only grow your hopes and dreams of your shamanic practice and how you serve the world, but it's a place where literally you can grow things. I get a sense that you can grow gardens there, that you're going to have land available. I don't have a clue what that might look at for you, and if you've been thinking along those lines, but you're going to have access to a very abundant and fertile area that you can work with clients, that you can work with how you dream your new life, and that it feels good to you. So let me know how that goes. And as I look at her, one of the totems that she has is rabbit. And all of you know at Easter in our world, typically, we've got Easter bunny hunts with all the egg hunts. And Easter is her symbol. This is a symbol of the goddess that's about fertility. And the egg hunt was always about fertility and new life coming in. So you've got this as one of your allies, and call upon that rabbit medicine to birth all your dreams and to use your ceremonial time coming up to really allow that fertility and abundance to come into you and through you. Because this is about you not only having a good life, but how many people you bless. All right, Maria. Hi, Maria. It's good to see you here. All right. Hi, Jill just pulled Eshell too. All right, Maria, I'm going to go ahead and bring a message through for you, my dear, to see who wants to come. I'm just going to see what cards want to say and bring up to, all right. We got all these beautiful positive cards coming. I love it. Woo, everybody, we're going to do more readings than I said here. We've got a little ways to go. All right, Maria. You've got an earth card, the beauty card. She's a maiden card. So she's perfect for springtime now, for new beginnings. She's Virgo. So she's definitely about being in the earth and all the beauty of the earth. So Maria, I would say, what art can you do? What beauty can you be around as you lean into a new way of being? Make sure you're surrounded by beauty and that it supports you. Look for it. Take a walk in nature and look for the beauty all around you and let that penetrate your body. Let it penetrate your heart and all of your being. And imagine that that's coming to bring a new beginning for you in your life. And that you may find, nature's going to be really important for you in all things beautiful, art, everything, so that it supports you in the life that you want to live. So dream big and know that your life can be as beautiful as you can imagine it. And ask Spirit to help you make it more beautiful than you can imagine. Like in the bigness of Spirit's dream that's much bigger than our human minds. All right. Barbara. Hi, Barbara Butorovich. I probably said that wrong, but I've known you for a while. Hello, my dear. I'm going to give you a message in the cards too. Then we're going to do Angela, and we're going to give a blessing to Deanna, and we're going to help Kelly, and then we're going to see if we can shift out without offending anybody. I love you all so much. All right. All right. So, Barbara, let's see what the goddesses have to say for you. All right. Guys, seriously, we haven't pulled a negative card tonight. That's pretty cool. It tells me the energy is high. All right, my dear Barbara, the message for you comes from the Ace of Wands, the realization card. So look for your intuition, your knowing to just spike. Downloads, uploads, knowing. This is about you trusting yourself and you trusting your ability to see from a higher perspective, and that you have a lot of help from the heavenly realms. So this is an ace. And for all of you who work with my deck, and as far as I know, all decks, when I was taught by Sage Holloway about working with the cards and understanding the different parts of them, she taught me that the aces always had to do with the gifts from the angels or all the help that you have. So it's not really effortful that you've got, like, we've greased the skids with helpers here in the angelic realm for you. So your message today is your guides, your angels, your helpers are right here with you. And that they're whispering in your ears, they're showing you the way, they're right there. So whatever you're dreaming anew for yourself, whatever your hopes are, open up to know that you may just get a voice in your head that you go, oh, and you know it's divine, you know it's from a higher perspective. Or you may see it in your physical reality. You may have a feather drop out of the heavens from you don't know where, but it's there, and it's a reminder that your angels and all your heavenly helpers are there supporting you. And to dream big, to really connect to your heart space, and to trust that you've got all the support you need from the spiritual world to manifest your physical reality in alignment and integrity with your true being. Okay, I hope that helps, Barbara. All right, Angela, your career and where to live. Okay, I don't know where you live right now, but we're going to see if the cards through one card intuitive reading will give you an idea of what's really right for you right now. Feels like you're moving out of a very familiar place, and it's time for you to strike out on your own in a new way. It's part of, okay, we got one of the first cards that looks like a negative card. Now, everyone, don't freak out, and don't freak out, Angela. This is just tells me that you are waking up, that you're coming out of any way that you have denied yourself emotionally or any other place in your life. If you look at this card, it looks like this woman is asleep in the, we literally used the raw boat of the Nile, the night boat, to depict a woman who's just like in a sleepy, swampy, emotional state. And the fact that I pulled that in your message for, you know, like career and where to live, I'm going to go back to some of the things I already said, is it's time for you to trust your heart and your spirit. What do you really want? This is about you going to emotional fulfillment. Imagine that's your new dream, emotional fulfillment. It's going to be fulfilled in where you live. It's going to be fulfilled in what you do. It's going to be fulfilled in who you play with. That is of utmost importance, that this card is like going to kick your butt to say, oh, I need to really honor myself. I need to move out of where I am to get my own place and to be in a place that really fits and makes me feel great about myself. That's my taste and my way of being. And that the same thing is for your career. Whatever you're looking at for your career, does it make your heart happy? Or is it just to make money? Is it something just to get by to the next level? Because it needs to make your heart happy. It needs to make your spirit happy. The money will come. And most likely with your career change, the money piece will be in complete alignment as you honor what you really want to do and not do it just because you think you have to do it. So take that into consideration. Let me know if that hits home for you. Okay. All right. Yes, yes, yes. Barbara. Okay, let's see. Who do I have next year? All right. Deanna, I want to give you a blessing, my dear. You asked for blessings, so everybody tune in. We're going to do a little blessing here, and I'm going to do a special blessing. I'm going to grab one of my tools of sacred tobacco for you. Everyone can partake of this, but Deanna, I want you to know that Spirit's holding you in the most divine energy. And everyone tune into these words and this heart feeling. I want you to imagine that Deanna that we're all giving her a blessing right now. And that by you giving this blessing, you receive this blessing. As you give, so do you receive. So Deanna, I ask that the divine goddesses, divine spirit of all, great spirit, is here for you, to support you, to bring you blessings, to give you life force, to give you gifts from your heart and from all you desire. And all that you give be given to you in such a way you are soft and receptive and joyous and yummy. And that blessing comes in far beyond anything your mind can imagine. And that the cells in your body awaken with that light and with that love. That allows you to possibly even weep as you let go of all the ways that you've not received before. That you receive in greater kind and greater good and greater abundance than ever before in all ways in your life. That allows you to even flow this beauty through you beyond anything you've ever imagined. Tobaquito, muchas gracias. Entre más bendiciones, por favor, Diana. Entre más la luz, amor. Entre más la luz de oro. Entre más la luz, Cristi. Nuevo energía, la vida. Nuevo energía. Ángel, la luz, nuevo estrella. Entre más bendiciones, espíritu y todo la vida. Nuevo energía. Más visión, todo sueño. Más amor, bendiciones, todo, Diana. So with sacred tobacco, the prayers go in. I just bring it out to blow it in you. So I'm going to blow it into you now. I'm going to encourage everyone else to receive this as a blessing for you too. I want you to put your hands out in front as if I'm blowing into your fingertips. The goddess Guadalupe is here to blow blessings into your crown, into your third eye, to your throat, your heart, your solar plexus, through your lower chakras, into the palms of your hands, that you may be open to receive with plenty of beauty and bounty and blessings, that it may flow through you and you give it away, and that more returns to you. Much love to you. Aho. That's for each and every one of you. Okay. Kelly, here's for you, my dear. Back in Florida. No, you can't leave me. Come and live by Horsetooth up by my house. All right, Kelly. We're going to talk about a house. We're going to talk about, yes, Deanna's breathing in. We're going to talk about where you need to be. Let's see what shows up in the cards and all the ways that it's going to show that to us. Angela, thank you. Aho too. All right. This is for Kelly. For anyone else needing to know, I'm pulling 2 cards for you. All right. So, little tobacco here. I need to give you a little tobacco blessing too. This is for you, Kelly. You're welcome, Carissa. All right. So, Miss Kelly, one of the things of whatever's going on right now with this house and living situation, mentally, we need to do a clearing. You need to do a clearing. Hi, Lee. So we've got Barbara, love you. So you had a negative card come up. They'd sooner or later come up. So Miss Kelly, anywhere that you feel harsh edges of criticism around you, or if anything's been triggered within you mentally or on any level, the energy's been really crazy. We've talked about it with duality and separation. So wherever you're moving, it's time to clean off any place where you feel criticized, where you don't feel like you belong, where things feel jagged or harsh. And the city can feel that way. I don't know if you feel like the city, but I know you're down in the Denver area. But it's time to clean out any of that in any place. It's funny, I was thinking about you the other day. I was thinking, I wish Kelly would come live up here. Now, I don't know if you'd consider that. There's water up here. But also, as you clean that off, I pulled 2 cards for you. Because when I saw that, I thought, okay, we got a bigger message to get to here, Kelly. is that this is a new beginning for you. It's time for you to give birth to a life that you've got more greenery. I mean, literally, I'm just physically looking at these cards. The other one's harsh and devoid of greenery. It's got criticism, separation. This is unity. That your new reality is birthing a place where you're in nature. You're in a place where you feel that fertility, where you can really grow and expand, where you're supported, but that you can dream up a new reality, that you've got both like soil that's fertile, emotionally, mentally, spiritually, physically, where there's people that really support who you are and being you. So as you decide, as you choose, I want you to get out of your linear head about this. Don't try to figure it out. This is good for all of us who try to figure out our futures. That's going away. We cannot figure it out. We've got to drop down into our hearts and listen and intend and know that the universe will answer. So just keep being curious. If there's water there, there's yumminess. Dream yummy. If you feel criticism or fear come up, do something to clean it out. Come back to yummy. Go take a walk in nature. And then really, what's ideal for you? The community you want to be around, the conscious community, nature. I have a feeling nature needs to come in from the science here, and that it's really fertile for you. And that set an intention as you go deep in your asking to see and know to where to be, is that you're being activated into another level that allows you to immediately recognize the vibration when it's right. Because otherwise, if this energy is running, that's not right. Anytime you feel any criticism, anyone who negates anything, if you feel negative, that is a real clear sign that's not where you need to be. But that you're lining up to something that's really beautiful and harmonious, green, abundant, and that gives you possibility after possibility after possibility. Ah, you're welcome, Deanna. Okay, let me see. I think we've come to the end of our main asks right now. Let me double check. All right. I hope that helped all of you, every part of this, and that you can really grab that energy tonight about how potent you are, and that these times are potent to help you. I'm going to be offering some more stuff coming up. I've been getting some downloads myself to help us walk through and address fear. This is kind of like a different way of going into some things that I've done in the past. I got a download the other day for a 4-hour, 6-hour workshop that's cut into 4 different classes. You're welcome, Missy. Yeah, come on up here to Fort Collins, my dear. Let's talk. I'll come up and have lunch. So anyway, part of the download I get is I've just become really aware. I've been through more than a couple of dark nights of the soul, or in shamanism we call it death and dismemberment. So it means when you've really gone through a difficult time and you have, yay, Angela, thank you, where you might have gone through, some really tempering, some challenges, some places where life was not easy. And you think, what the heck, man? I'm a spiritual person, or why is this happening to me? But what I found is these are deep initiations that take us into another expanded version of ourselves, if only we can make it through. If only we can get to the support we need to clear the fear, to clear the trauma, to clear the challenges, so that we can be reborn, just like spring, into new light. And we can learn to let go of that trauma in our nervous system, in our bodies, and in our spirits. So let me know if that sounds like something you'd love to be a part of. Message me or leave notes here. I'm going to be working on that and a lot of other things. I've got a lot of free content coming out that I'm going to be letting you have here, associated with my new book, Artist Shaman Healer Sage, and the Goddesses, because I just want to keep giving you lots of good stuff. So thanks everybody for showing up. I just love you. And I look forward to seeing you again and often for more ceremony, for more readings, and just for more community. I love you. You make my life a better place. See what it's like to just give a smile today, and you'll get 1,000 back. Know that you are blessed and that this is a time to bring you into greater peace and compassion and grace. Much love to you. Aho.